Sofia Seving capturing her first gold medal in women's singles on tour in Daytona Beach after she took down Megan Fudge in the semifinal in that tournament. Today facing Judit Castillo. And Sofia Seving making a splash through the first two tournaments of the season. Took home a silver in Fort Lauderdale, gold in Daytona Beach, looking to make it back-to-back. But facing a tough test in Judit Castillo, Chad. This one should be a really fun matchup between two players that move really well. They strike the ball well. I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, and look for Seving to really look for opportunities to come forward and take control of the kitchen line. Castillo, very good on the ground stroke, but has the ability to come forward as well. So I think, potentially it's going to be a battle of who can get up first and really take control of that kitchen line, create some angles. I don't think we're going to see too much of a baseline game.
Castillo, 26 years old, originally from Spain, lives now in Dallas, Texas, after playing her collegiate tennis at Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And really, it was Castillo that made her first big push on tour here in Sacramento back in 2023.
Yeah, it took her first gold here in Sacramento against Megan Fudge.
A little bit of an unknown quantity back then. Now, she has been really a mainstay on the women's singles side. Sofia Seving, our reigning champion on court. We will have women's singles quarterfinal. Can she make it 2 in a row? Stay with us to find out.
Looking for ways to keep active and mobile? Try Penetrex. Penetrex is different than other products with no greasiness, irritation, or unpleasant odors. Made with unique ingredients, it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Penetrex, the #1 online rated joint and muscle cream.
When I have pain from arthritis, I grab BioFreeze. Unlike Voltaren, BioFreeze provides fast-acting relief. I can apply it to more areas of my body, and it's NSAID-free. Cool the pain, so I can get back on the court.
When you choose the James at Ohio State, you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
The APP is sponsored by Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs. Humana, the official healthcare partner of the APP Tour. And the Botanist Island Dry Gin, distilled with 22 wild botanicals. Our Aura Organics gold medal match menu. Coming up a little bit later, men's singles. Chris Hayworth, the top seed, advancing once again. He'll be facing the 18 seed in Mariano Yeh, who took down Grayson Golden in the semifinal. Women's singles still yet to be set. Sofia Seving looking to make it 2 consecutive golds on tour. She'll have to get past Judit Castillo as she tries to move closer to that goal. This is just the quarterfinal, so we still have a ways to go on the women's singles side. It's Castillo to serve first.
Oh.
Just dropped it on the line. What an exchange to start us off.
Somehow that caught the outside of the line there for Castillo. But, yeah, if that is a example of the points we're going to see, this is going to be a long one. Ooh.
This return sprayed wide, so 2 points early for Castillo. Oh, Castillo rips the backhand winner, but already 2 of the first 3 points have been grinders.
Yeah, an excellent patience there from Castillo as well. Dropped a couple of balls down, forced Seving the hit up, kind of lulled her to sleep a little bit, then saw the opening for the passing shot down the line.
Backhand that time was wide, but quality exchanges on both sides.
Oh, I didn't think we were going to see much of a baseline to baseline.
I was going to say, yeah, what do you know?
Wow.
If this does stay a baseline to baseline exchange, which player does that favor?
Right now, I'd almost say, give the baseline to baseline favor to Castillo.
The ball didn't come up in the way that she expected.
On paper, I probably wouldn't say that, but the way that it's playing out right now, early on, Castillo's really grinding, getting those balls back, and being patient till the opportunity's there. A good approach shot there from Seving. Chose the right ball to come up, and Castillo just tried to rush and get that shot off before Seving could get into position.
Forehand just a little bit long as Castillo gets back in front.
4-3.
Oh, a little help from the net court there for Seving. Kicks up over Castillo's paddle.
Little help never hurt anybody.
Ronan Cameron, Wade Hirba. 4-4. Ronan Cameron, Wade Hirba. Please report to court 16.
A nice cross-court ball there from Castillo, just out of the reach of Seving, right there. Catches it off the edge guard.
5-4.
Castillo out in front.
Yeah.
Really nice kitchen control there from Castillo.
Yeah, excellent coverage there from Castillo as well, and does an excellent job on this volley here where she's already set the angle, doesn't break the wrist, just controls the ball on the paddle.
6-4.
Pulled wide off the backhand wing as Castillo opens up a 3-point lead.
Castillo looks like she's timing the ball better than Seving right now. Seving's had a couple of mishits. That backhand right there, just a little bit wide on the paddle face.
What's the key to dialing in your timing?
Paddle preparation.
Say that 5 times fast.
I couldn't even say it once right there.
I know, that's why I asked you to do it. Easy overhead put away there for Seving.
Yeah, good setup there from Seving. But yeah, if you're struggling with timing, it's more so paddle preparation as far as we have the paddle back and in position at or before the bounce, so then we can start coming forward at the bounce. If we wait till the bounce to take the paddle back, a lot of the times that ball's going to get tight into the body, or we end up rushing to come forward.
6-7.
Better constructed point there for Seving as we are tied at 7.
And Seving again choosing the right ball to come forward. It's wide to the forehand side of Castillo. Comes forward, good solid volley to the backhand. It opens the court up even more.
Seving, good placement as she pulls back out in front. And for Seving, as that ball kicks away underneath our booth here on Championship Court. For Seving, she's in the awkward position of being a 12 seed because she doesn't have the points. So she makes a really tough draw for some of these higher players like Castillo. This is not a quarterfinal matchup.
No, it's a very difficult draw on the ladies' side right now for some of the higher seeds because it's just, it's random as far as where you're going to pick up Seving. She came in Fort Lauderdale, unseeded. Daytona, she's 16 here, she's 12. Has another good showing here. She's going to jump up these seeds really quickly, but it's still, a couple more tournaments where she's outside the top 4, outside of the top 4, where she's going to make it really difficult for some of these higher seeds.
Well, it's already been hectic on the women's side. You had Nicole Eugenio taking out Amanda Hendry in the round of 16. You had Emily Cedarquist taking out Bobby Oshiro. Of course, Megan Fudge withdrew from the tournament. So just a wide open draw, really, on the women's side.
Ooh.
Let me correct myself, by the way. I withdrew from the women's singles draw.
Yes. Yes.
Talking about this draw specifically.
This draw specifically, Jana Newell knocked out by Tran early on.
So this,
Castillo's the only top seed that's left.
Depending on how the rest of the draw plays out, this could be a de facto championship because when you have all the top seeds fall, that opens things up, and this may be the most difficult draw that Seving has if she would advance, and vice versa for Castillo.
Yeah, another excellent sequence there for Seving. And Castillo, even with her court coverage, it's just so difficult to catch up right there.
Timeout on court as Sofia. Seving has worked herself a 1-point lead. We will step away as well.
This is why we drink. We drink for tonight, finally in town on the same weekend. Inside jokes, the great outdoors, karaoke till dawn, another cold one and a second slice. We drink for tomorrow, for the 7 a.m. 5K and the tailgate that follows, for the personal best that's about to be bested. Kick flips and polar dips, drop shots, cheap shots, shoot your shot. We drink for the moment, shaky hands, steady beat, a blank canvas, trying to be something. Drink for yourself. No alcohol, no hangover, no empty calories, not a moment wasted. Partake brews the liquid. You bring the courage. Today is for the taking. and we make it happen.
Our Aura Organics gold medal match menu. This is what we have on tap coming up later today. Our men's singles final, the 18 seed Mariano making his way through the bracket into his first ever gold medal match here on the APP Tour. A tough task ahead of him as he'll be taking on the top seed Chris Hayworth, looking to make it 8 consecutive gold medals in men's singles. Women's singles final still yet to be set. This quarterfinal matchup between the 12 seed Sofia Seving and the 4 seed Judit Castillo, as that long off the paddle of Castillo, and now Seving with a 2-point lead. That was smart.
Yeah, good ball there from Castillo, going back behind Seving as she's trying to come up. Got herself off balance.
10, 11.
Another point. 11-all.
11, 11.
Oh.
And just smart there for Seving to hold her ground.
Well, Castillo is making Seving hit one more ball right here, so anything can happen, but the scramble of Castillo just isn't enough right now. Seving doing an excellent job controlling the kitchen line still. We've seen kind of the adjustment of her coming up has definitely made it more difficult for Castillo.
You're thinking what I was thinking. The points haven't been quite as long as they were to start the match. Castillo jumped right, but couldn't get a paddle on it.
Well, obviously no chance right there for Castillo to get the ball back, but jumping up like that, anything can throw off Seving right there. We'll get another
timeout taken here by Castillo as Seving has opened up a 2-point advantage in the late stages of game 1, just 2 points away from taking the first. And what are your impressions so far of this match? Is it playing out the way that you anticipated?
Well, there's been a lot more baseline to baseline than what I was originally anticipating, but like I said, on paper I probably would have given the ground stroke game advantage to Seving, but it's Castillo when they're staying in these longer baseline to baseline rallies that Castillo's really able to gain some control and put pressure on Seving just with her consistency. But we've seen the switch where Seving is starting to come forward more. She's choosing the right balls to approach on, and then it gets Castillo in a scramble.
How does Castillo scramble less?
Oh, either she's got to come forward and put the pressure on Seving, or create some wider angles that can kind of open up the court for Castillo a little bit more. But again, when you give an angle, you open yourself up for an angle as well.
Maybe Seving to serve, leading 13-11. And then a missed serve, so a good timeout there taken by Castillo.
12, 13.
Oh, what a beautiful forehand.
Yeah, Castillo tried to come up and put the pressure on Seving, but wasn't able to do enough with the first volley.
And now Seving has a game point, 14-12.
Ooh.
I just didn't catch it quite square on the paddle.
Well, and that's where Seving is trying to create an angle, but the paddle started flat. So then when she went to angle it as wrist movement, that laid the paddle face down. had that with the movement of the wrist, and it forced that ball out wide.
Deep return. Castillo not able to even it up at 14, so Seving will have another opportunity. It's game point number 2.
14-13.
Well constructed by Castillo. It's 14-all.
Yeah, and that's the right ball to come forward there for Castillo as well. It put the pressure on Seving. She tried to slide it down the line, caught it late. Good back and forth battle between these two right now.
14-14.
Oh, she changed her grip in the middle of that. Originally was going to hit an overhead, but then she changed it to a swinging volley in the top spin. That little change made her catch it late.
And it gave Castillo a game point, 15-14. Oh, no. Castillo giving it back.
Oh, my goodness. Sitting on her paddle, Castillo just brought that down into the net.
15 apiece.
15-15.
Ooh,
Castillo using the backhand cut, and it'll be a second chance for Castillo now to take the first. Overhead put away, and game 1 belongs to Judit Castillo. We go past the minimum. Game 2 in our women's singles quarterfinals still ahead.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is sponsored by Gamma. Play to live, live to play. Yola, for the champion in you. And AARP, helping your health and happiness live as long as you do. Welcome back. Judit Castillo taking game 1 over Sofia Seving in our women's singles quarterfinal. It was 17-15 in what was a tightly contested first game. Came down to a couple of late errors. Both players made a few, but it was Castillo that capitalized as she gets the backhand winner to start game number 2.
Yeah, good job there from Castillo. Holding the body positioning, waiting for Seving to commit. She actually froze in the middle of the court.
Take it any way you can get it.
I see quite a lot of net cord rollers from Seving.
Another ball into the net. Why does Seving hit so many net cord winners?
I knew you were going to ask that question. Well, she hits with a much flatter ball, but she's hitting with heavy topspin as well. So because she's hitting a flatter ball, linear ball, she's gonna flirt with that net cord a little bit more.
Listen, it's my job to educate the people. They may not know the answer.
Oh, absolutely.
3-1 in favor of Seving here in game 2. Missed return from Castillo. 3-point advantage now for the 12 seed. Missed return. So a couple of miscues here from Castillo, opening the door here for Seving.
Oh, just wide. Seving almost guided that one a little bit, trying to just take it down the line.
There's too much from Castillo. A little extra oomph she didn't really need.
Yeah, Castillo really trying to put a stamp on that volley, but broke the wrist trying to add for more power.
Oh, no lack of power there.
A good angle created there from Seving as well. Caused the pop-up off Castillo's paddle.
A timeout taken here by Castillo as Seving has opened up a 5-point lead here in game number 2. What's been the biggest adjustment that you've noticed early on here from Seving?
Well, one, the points are a lot shorter. Seving is going for a little bit more. She's come forward, put some pressure on, but also we've seen a few mistakes come out of Castillo that we didn't see in game 1. You know, she was the more consistent player. Those longer points were going in her favor because of that consistency.
Now, are those more of self-inflicted nature, or has Seving just raised her level of play?
I think Seving's raised it a little bit as well, but, you know, creating some more angles, kind of putting a little bit more pressure on Castillo as far as court coverage.
So often mistakes don't happen in a vacuum. They're directly correlated to other points within, or other balls within the course of a point.
Oh, that was ambitious right there.
Was thinking the same thing, and Castillo knows it. Tried to shape it in the back corner, off balance. And then Castillo, just the errors starting to really pile up here in the second game.
Well, and that's what it is. Those are the errors that we weren't seeing from Castillo in game 1.
Ooh. Good angles there from Castillo. Castillo still with work to do, taking an extra minute for the shoelace. Maybe taking an extra moment here as a player. Sometimes you use that to collect your thoughts, get yourself resettled.
Absolutely. Oh, look, my shoelace is undone.
A little bit gamesmanship. And then a missed serve.
That's
So
not what you'd want, though.
it's not as obvious as the lineman faking the cramp in the middle of a football game. This is just one-way traffic here in game number 2. Everything going the way of Seving.
Yeah, a little frustration there from Castillo as well.
This one trending like it's going to go to a third game. If you are Castillo, you may not win the second, but you're going to have to play a third. So what are you looking for here in the late stages?
Find some momentum right here. Clean up your errors. Get back to good time. So right there, the timing's off just a little bit. Castillo's catching that ball late. She's catching it closer to the body. So it's coming off the paddle a little bit flatter. She's usually hitting with a little bit more height above the net.
That's better shape there on those balls, and I think that's an important distinction that you made in terms of where the errors are coming, because there's the old adage, if you're going to miss, don't miss to the net.
Yes. That is something that stands very true in pickleball.
Back in those long exchanges, but again, that ball from Castillo just flattened out.
And a couple of those balls from Seving right there. We have the vantage point where we're seeing just how high they're going over the net.
13-4.
Very small margin of error in Seving's game. But when
Castillo,
she's on.
Yeah, continuing to cause problems is Seving, and it's a game point at 14-4. Another timeout taken here by Castillo as Seving has flipped the script. We'll step away as well. Seving 1 point away from sending us to game 3.
Humana Medicare Advantage plans. Carry this card, and you could have the power to unlock benefits beyond original Medicare. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get doctor, hospital, and prescription drug coverage in one convenient plan. Most plans include routine dental, vision, even hearing benefits. There's also a cap on your out-of-pocket medical expenses. That's more than you get with original Medicare, and Humana offers $0 or low monthly plan premiums. Call now.
Welcome back. Sofia Seving serving for game 2 up 14-4. A good timeout taken by Castillo as she was able to dial in a little bit more during that point, but with significant work to do, trailing by 9.
5-14.
Nice angle, nice shape there from Seving.
We'll bring up game point number 2. Seving with a comfortable cushion.
14-5.
floated it as Seving pulls us level at 1 game apiece. Game number 3 ahead here in Sacramento.
Humana Medicare Advantage plans. Carry this card, and you could have the power to unlock benefits beyond original Medicare. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get doctor, hospital, and prescription drug coverage in one convenient plan. Most plans include routine dental, vision, even hearing benefits. There's also a cap on your out-of-pocket medical expenses. That's more than you get with original Medicare, and Humana offers $0 or low monthly plan premiums. Call now.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Welcome back. Game number 3, Judit Castillo to serve first. She took game 2, 17-15 before Sofia Seving responded in a big way, 15-5 in game number 2. A football called on Seving.
I think it was when she spun around. Yep. Left foot swung into the kitchen.
And so, Chad, for people who may not be familiar with the foot fault rule, why was Seving there called for the foot fault?
Well, in the action of the volley right there, as she spun around, her foot went into the kitchen. We do still have a momentum rule, although they are considering getting rid of the momentum rule as far as taking a ball out of the air. And if your momentum continues into the kitchen, it's a fault.
Well, the momentum in the match has certainly been in the favor of Seving after game number 2. Beautiful pass from Castillo, and through the first 3 points, she's put more shape on the ball, which was the issue in game 2.
Yeah, good height, good acceleration there from Castillo.
2-1.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, just a shade long.
Excellent ball there from Castillo to put herself back in a position to take that point.
3-1. Side out.
And a good answer there from Seving. Deep ball just inside the baseline, throwing off the timing of Castillo again.
just wide. Three all.
Three. Side out.
Ball wide there from 7. Good pressure from Castillo. Coming forward and forcing 7 to try and rush that shot off.
4-3. Point.
7 finds the net.
Castillo still struggling here and there with some timing issues.
4-5.
Oh, good adjustment with the footwork there from 7. A little bit of backspin coming off of that ball from Castillo. Very easy to miss that one.
Point.
Six five in favor of 7.
Yeah, good ball to come forward on. Creates that wider ball to the backhand of Castillo. Really opens up the court, and even with the speed of Castillo, so difficult for her to catch up to that next volley.
It opens up a 2-point advantage. Just sprayed it wide there. Well played by Castillo. We are knotted up at 7.
Nice read there from Castillo. That forehand volley right there gets behind 7.
So net court held it up just long enough to allow 7 to take advantage as she takes a 1-point lead into the end change. We will step away as well. This one going right down to the wire here in our women's singles quarterfinal.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
Sofia Seving holding on to a 1-point lead here in game number 3 of our women's pro singles quarterfinal. She took game number 2 15-5 to try and to force this winner-take-all game number 3 after Judit Castillo took game 1 17-15.
Time in, 8-7.
Ball
Just yep, it stayed down. Castillo not able to shape it off the net. Oh, just caught the outside of the line.
Yeah, excellent volley there from Castillo. Again, she sets the angle early. So then all she's thinking about is going through the ball. She's not trying to use the wrist or flick that ball cross court.
8-9.
Oh, just past Seving's reach. Couple of well-played points from Castillo puts her in the lead.
Well, good job there from Castillo. She's now coming forward, taking the opportunity to take control of that kitchen line before Seving. She's putting the pressure on, and she's controlling those volleys very well right now. Oh, read it perfectly. Seving was looking up at the ball as soon as Castillo's running cross court.
11-9.
And a yeah from Seving.
Better volley there from Seving to get Castillo on the run and off balance.
Castillo still holding on to a 1-point lead here in the later stages of game 3.
Ooh.
Good deep ball there from Seving. It's 11 apiece.
Again, the pressure from Seving, getting those deeper balls just inside the baseline. Castillo not able to catch up to it. The ball's coming out just a little flat. Missed a few balls into the net.
And Seving has come back to take a 1-point lead. It's 12-11. Timeout on court. This one going back and forth. Shades of game number 1. We talk about errors so often being the difference maker, and it's Castillo that's had them creep in a little bit in game number 2. Balls are coming out a little bit flatter. Errors aside, what's going to be the difference maker here?
Well, I honestly think about it's going to be who can get up to the kitchen line first. Castillo has come up to the kitchen line, put the pressure on Seving, controlled it with the volleys, and now Seving is getting some deeper balls. She's doing the same, coming up and putting the pressure on. With that movement and coming up to the kitchen line when you're trying to hit a deeper ball, your opponent ends up rushing to try and get that shot off before you can get up to the kitchen line, get in position.
Castillo just not able to get there, and now Seving within 2 points of advancing into the semifinal.
Another good sequence there from Seving. Approach shot wide to the backhand, comes up, opens the court up. Yeah, and so Castillo comes up straight off of the return. Gets that pressure on Seving right there. Gets her on the run.
Beautifully placed from Seving, and it's match point.
Wow. The triple up there on the backhand side of Castillo.
Oh, Castillo finds the net on the backhand, and Sofia Seving survives. It takes 3 games, but the reigning gold medalist is back into the semifinals. We'll hear from her next.
Looking for ways to keep active and mobile? Try Penetrex. Penetrex is different than other products with no greasiness, irritation, or unpleasant odors. Made with unique ingredients, it's 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Penetrex, the #1 online rated joint and muscle cream.
When I have pain from arthritis, I grab BioFreeze. Unlike Voltaren, BioFreeze provides fast-acting relief. I can apply it to more areas of my body, and it's NSAID-free. Cool the pain, so I can get back on the court.
When you choose the James at Ohio State, you're choosing access to the James, dedicated support services, and an unmatched survivorship program.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
The APP is sponsored by Skechers Pickleball. Experience comfort that performs. Humana, the official healthcare partner of the APP Tour. And the Botanist Island Dry Gin, distilled with 22 wild botanicals.
Sofia Seving pushed to 3 by Judit Castillo. But she comes up to the kitchen line down the stretch, puts the pressure on Castillo. She's moving on to the semifinal. She'll take on Dominika Tokovic. Which will be another tough battle for her, but for now, she's courtside with Dominic Dorian Kraft with our Franklin post-match interview.
Thanks, Chad. Sofia, congratulations back into another semifinal, your 3rd consecutive one to start off 2025. Tested in this match against Judit. She took game #1. What was the biggest adjustment that you made in games 2 and games 3?
I definitely think she came out playing really well. I think I had a lot of opportunities in the first game that I kind of messed up a little bit. You know, I think I was up, I don't know, 13-9, 13-10, gave some errors here and there. So I just wanted to be a little bit more patient, stay positive, and just be as aggressive as I can. 'Cause she's a great athlete.
When you talk about the aggressiveness, how do you flip that switch against a player like Judit who likes to play aggressively as well so you can start to dictate points in your favor?
Yeah, I think the angles was key towards the last two games. I wanted to angle her out a little bit more to just not make it so easy for her to pass me. She was doing some great passing shots and just, you know, follow that ball in and just hope for the best.
Well, Sofia, we'll let you take a break. You got plenty more to play for here. Another semifinal. Don't go anywhere. Our first women's singles semifinal coming up here on Championship Court. It's Emily Cedarquist taking on Madalena Gregorio.